Oh, good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible to all of you guys. Just respond me to the chat if I'm audible or not. Everyone, am I audible? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Great. Okay, guys. So let's start today's session. I'm sure all of you must be doing good. Your preparation must be running good as well. Guys, in the last session yesterday, if you remember what we had done, we had started linear arrangement, right? Okay, let me remind you what you did exactly, right? First, I told you some basics, okay? In the first slide, I talked about what happens when the people are facing north or people are facing south in a straight line, right? Then we discuss about right and left, in the second slide. In the third slide, we had discussed about the relation of between and exactly between, right? And then, we started doing some sets, right? First, we did a simple set, this one, right? Then we did another set about the cars. Then, we did a set in which there are two rows, right? Remember, guys, I told you that we have three kind of linear arrangements. One is single row unidirectional, right? Then we have dual row, and then we have single row bidirectional. So first we did single row unidirectional, two sets, right? And then we did a set on dual row, another set on dual row, right? And then we again did a set on single row, and single direction. Okay, so I also give you these questions to solve in the live session, and some of the students answered correctly, right? Some of the students performed very well. I was very delighted, to see your performance. Okay, guys, now today we are going to continue with the same, right? Okay, let me remind you again, we did, two kind of arrangements in the last session, single row unidirectional and dual row. Today we'll be continuing with single row bidirectional, right, which is slightly challenging, but also can be asked. Guys, in OMAT, this also can be asked, right? Single row bidirectional can be asked. So, we will be starting this today, right? Before doing any set of this, right, there is a set of this which is here, right? But before that, I want to tell you something about it, okay? That what should be the strategy to solve these sets? How do we, start doing them? So I want to talk a little bit about this as well. So as I told you that in this case, guys, some people, will be facing south and some people will be facing, north, all right? Let us assume a case. Let's assume a case in which I'm taking again, 6 people, let's say, right? Let's say, guys, this is A, all right? And we do not know where is A facing, okay? We just do not know that. Maybe A is facing, north, maybe A is facing south. Anything is possible right now. Now, guys, suppose we are given an information, right? We are given information that, let me write here, that, B is second right of A, okay? B is second right of A. So guys, what shall we write about this? If they are saying B is second right of A, so what do we write about this, okay? How do we arrange this? So in this case, the thing is that we do not know where is A facing, that makes it more challenging. So what shall we do? We'll actually create two situations, We'll create two situations in the same, arrangement on the basis of the facing direction of A, all right? In first case, we'll assume that A is facing north, all right? And in the other case, we'll assume that A is facing south because we are not sure about the facing direction of A. And it could be both north and south, so we are going to assume both, right? In first case, let's say A is facing north. In the second case, let's say A is facing south. Now guys, if A is facing north and B is second right of A, so second right of A must be like this. Simple as this, right guys? I'm sure you all agree with me. Then second right of A, B must be this. Now second case, A is facing south, right? So what should be the second right of A now? The second right of A is like this. So this should be, the position of B. Simple as that, right? I hope all of you understand my point. Everyone, please tell me if you understand this or not, I want to hear from you once. एक बार आप लोग मैसेज चैट में yes or no बोल दीजिए that do you understand these points or not. All right, that's good. Some people responded. All right, great guys, great. Okay, so this is one thing which I discussed. Now, let me take another example, all right? Let me take one more example. Now, so guys, one more thing let me tell you. With the help of this example, what we understood, that if we do not know, the direction, facing direction of a person, then there can be 2 arrangements always, right? Yeah, if there are limited number of space, then always there can be 2 arrangements. Okay, now going to the second case, guys. Okay, now let's say I draw an arrangement like this where now A is here. Okay, now guys, we are given the similar information. We are given a similar information that B is second right of A. In this diagram also we are given the same information that B is second right of A. Now guys, in this case, again let's say we have 2 possibilities, north or south, right? But guys, I'm sure you will agree with me that if A is facing south, right, then the second right of A, there is no place left, alright, there is no place. So what does it mean? It simply means that in this arrangement, right, A cannot face south, right? In this arrangement, A cannot face south. That means A has to face north, right? And the second right of A, B must be over here, right? I'm sure you guys are able to understand my point. Everyone, please tell me yes or no. Are you able to understand this? That in this case, you are at least, fixed about the position of B. Guys, can you please write yes or no? Okay, in the previous example, there's one student who could not understand. Shabrinath, any doubt, Shabrinath? Please write your doubt if you have any. Shabri, if you have any kind of doubt, can you please write in the chat? I'm sorry, I could not see your message before, right? Okay, Shabinath, please reply. Otherwise, I will go ahead. Okay, person is not replying. It's okay, guys. So, what we learned over here that, okay, let me explain again. In this case, we are able to define the exact position of B, unlike the previous case, right? In this case, we were not able to define the exact position of B, but in this case, we are able to define the exact position of B, as well as we are able to decide the facing direction of A as well, right? So, this is, you can say the best part of these kind of questions, right? The kind of information they give, by the help of them, we have to arrange the people as well as we have to define the facing direction of the people. So this is, you can say, these kind of sets all about, right? We also have to find the sitting positions and we also have to find the facing direction. So in these kind of sets, this is the thing which we always have to do. Alright guys, let me take a few more examples to explain you better, right? Let's say, now in the next case, A is here, right? And let's say we have a similar information that B is second right of A, the same information. Now guys, I'm sure you can understand if A is facing north this time, there will not be any second right place of A, right? So that means A cannot face north, simple as this. A just cannot face north. That means A has to face south, right? And the second right of A, that means this place has to be the place with B. Right guys, this is how we can say that B is second right of A in this particular case. Alright, so this is the third case. Again, you can see that we have found the position of B, right? Sitting position of B. Also, we have found the facing direction of A. So this is what we actually have to perform in these sets as well. We have to, find out the sitting position of people with the facing direction of the people. Alright. Okay guys, one more example, then we will go ahead with some questions, right? Now let's say we have a arrangement like this. Let's say A is here, guys, okay, and let's say C is here, right? Let's say C is already here. Okay, now we are given a similar point, similar information that B is second right of A. So guys, what will happen in this case? Okay, let's say if A is facing north, right? If A is facing north, then second right of A cannot be B because second right of A is already C, right? But that happens if A is facing north. That basically means is what? That A is not facing north, right? It means that A is not facing north. Right guys, the conclusion is that A is not facing north. That means A is facing, south, obviously, right? That means A is facing south. So if A is facing south, right, if we have to draw that facing direction, right? So what will happen? Let me show you. is facing south, the second right of A, B must be coming here. So the same thing happened, right? We are making the sitting position of the people also the facing direction of the people, right? So in these kind of sets, as I was saying since the beginning, that we have to do both the jobs. We have to define the position of people, also the facing direction of people. I hope this is clear to all of you guys. Just reply me again one yes or no. Please reply me with yes or no so that we can go ahead as well. All right, that's great. So guys, I can give you a few more examples of the similar type, right? But ultimately, this is the same thing will happen again and again, right? Only the arrangement will change. So I hope you understand what we have to do. We have to, define the facing direction of the people, and also we have to arrange the remaining people with the help of that particular person. In fact, I would say there is not a single strategy, right? The strategy will keep changing with the with the different kind of sets as well. So let's do one thing. Let's without thinking much, let's start one set, okay, and let's see how can we do that. I've not kept a very difficult set of this type because in these kind of sets it can be very difficult as well, which usually are not asked in OMAT. It can be asked in CAT, but not in OMAT. So I've not put very difficult set, but you can say it's a moderate level set. So I just want to ask you one more thing, guys. That do you want to try it, or should I solve for you? Should I explain to you, or do you want to solve it first? Guys, you want to try it first, or should I explain? You want to try? That's good. That's good, Priyam. Okay, guys. So I would give you around maybe 7 minutes, right? 7 minutes are fine for this. All right. Everyone, let's take all of you take 7 minutes, and then I will explain to you. Thank you. If you're facing any doubt, right, you can ask me in the chat as well. If you're facing any doubt while solving the question, you can ask me in the chat. Guys, I've also, started getting the answers. Anu, yes, it's correct. Charu, very good, it is correct. Siddhant, it's correct. Anshika, very good. Bhavna, yes, it's correct. Priyam, yes, it is correct. Very good, guys. Yes, Shuja, this is also correct. Alright, guys, what about the other people? Are you still trying, or do you want me to explain? Guys, are you still trying it, or do you want me to explain? All right, Rahul. Yes, I think maybe you have not given the third answer probably. Uh, if you're writing these are answer of first, second, and fourth, then yes, it is correct. Okay, Rahul. Okay, guys, maybe I should explain, right? Most of the students want me to explain. All right, let's see what the question is talking, right? Okay, let's read the whole information. They are saying that we have 6 people from P to U who are standing in a row, while 3 of them are facing north and other 3 are facing south. So guys, in this set, we have 6 people and they have mentioned that exactly 3 are facing north and exactly 3 are facing south, which they usually do not, which they always do not mention, right? In some of the sets, they will not mention that how many people are facing north and how many are south. But luckily in this set they have mentioned, so it can actually help us in a way, right? Then they are saying that Q is fifth to the left of R, U is exactly between P and S, T is to the immediate left of Q, P is immediate right of T, who is facing north, then P and S face the same direction. All right. Okay, obviously we do not have much information, but we have to do whatever we have with it, right? Okay, I see this point, when I was telling you in the last class as well, I told you one information that if we have 2 people and we have a lot of people between them, right? then they can always be helpful. For example, in this question, you see this point that Q is fifth to the left of R, alright. So guys, we have 6 people, and in 6 people, if one person is fifth left to the other, then the gap is obviously a lot, right? So this can definitely be helpful. Let me show you how, alright. Let me start with this, let's say. So let me draw an arrangement, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? Okay, so Q is fifth to the left of R. So this information is with respect to R, right guys? Okay, let's say R is here. Let's just say that R is here. So Q is fifth left of R. So guys, if R is facing north, there cannot be anyone to the left of R, obviously, right? If R is facing north, there will be no one to the left of R. So one thing is sure, if R is sitting here, then R has to be facing south, right? So let's say R is facing south. If R is facing south, then fifth left of R is what? This is first left, second left, third left, fourth left, and fifth left. So this should be the position for Q. Very obvious is this, right guys? This is very obvious that this should be the position for Q. But obviously we are not able to define the facing direction of Q right now. Maybe later on we will be able to, but not right now, okay? So if R is here, Q is here for sure, and R has to be facing south, right guys? Okay, if we keep ahead, if we keep going like this, I'm sure you will understand guys, R just cannot be here. If R is here, there is no one to the left of R in both the directions, right? If R is facing north, there is no fifth, left. There is no place in the fifth left. Similarly, in this case, if R is facing, south, then also there is no place for the fifth left. You can see that there is no place for the fifth left. All right. Similarly, guys, in a similar way, we can say what? In a similar way, R cannot be here, right? R cannot be here as well in a similar way, because if R is facing north, there is no fifth left. If R is facing south, then also there is no fifth left place, right? Similarly, R cannot be here. Similarly, R cannot be here. So the only possibility for R is this, right? The only other possibility, first possibility is this. The only other possibility of R is this, where R has to be facing north to fix Q fifth left of him over this place, right? So guys, we can say what? That we have only 2 possibilities for R and Q, right? I hope you understand this first of all. Everyone, I really hope you understand this. You can also reply me please once, so that I can also know that have you understood this or not. Alright, that's great. People are able to understand, that's good. So guys, I hope you also understand that why did I start with this point? Because there was a lot of gap between Q and R, and that's why it was the best information to start this particular solution, right? Okay, so we have arranged Q and R. We do not know the facing direction of Q, but we know the facing direction of R in both the cases. Now they are saying that U is exactly between P and S. Obviously, we are not able to draw this right now, right? Then they are saying T is immediate left of Q. Okay, that definitely can be used, guys, okay? T is immediately left of Q. So in this case, if T is immediately left of Q, then Q has to be facing north. Otherwise, T will not be to the left of Q. If Q is facing north, this has to be the position of T. And in the second case, Q has to be facing south. Only then to the left of immediate left of Q, T will be here, right? So this is how we got the definite positions of T as well, right? With the facing direction of Q. We also are able to define the facing direction of Q so far, right? Okay, let me erase these lines so that I can tell you that what we have used and what we have not. So guys, we have used this line so far, right? And we have used this line so far. Now coming to the next line, now they are saying P is immediate right of T. Who is facing north? That means T is facing north. Okay, good for us. We know the facing direction of one more person. T is facing north. And now they are saying that P is, P is to the immediate right of T, right? P is immediate right of T. Okay guys, if T is here, then immediate right of T, P must be here. But in this case, I'm sure you can observe if T is here facing north, so to the immediate right of T, P must be here. But at this place, already we have Q, right? At this place, we already have Q. That means this case is not correct, right? This got contradicted, so it must be overruled, right? So we are left with only one case possible in the end, right? Which is good for us in a way, right guys? This is good that we are left with only one arrangement. All right. We have also fixed 4 people, and the facing direction of 3 as well. Okay guys, and this line also we have U's. Now the remaining information is, we have two more information left. One is that U is exactly between P and S, and the other one is that P and S face the same direction. Okay, I think we can use this first. U is exactly between P and S. So guys, only possibility is what? That U is here and S is here, right? Only then U can be exactly between P and S. That's the only possibility left. All right, now the last point is that P and S face the same direction. All right, guys, so far if you see, T and R are facing north and Q is facing south, right? So far. In fact, if you want, you can write this as well. In the case of north, we know that 3 people should face north and 3 people should face south, right? We just know this point. Okay, south facing so far is only Q. Now, they are saying that P and S face the same direction. So guys, it could both be north, both could be south. Let's say if both of them are facing north, P and S. Then guys, don't you think that north facing people will be 4? And we are strictly given in the beginning that 3 people facing north and 3 facing south. So it means assumption is wrong. P and S both cannot face north. They both must be facing, south, right? Both of them must be facing south. Only then, exactly 3 people will be facing south and 3 people will be facing north. So P and S both should be facing south, right? Otherwise, the numbers will not, correct itself. And then guys, the third person who is facing north, that has to be U obviously. So this is how we're able to arrange everyone with their facing direction as well, right? This is what I told you we have to do in the end. We have to arrange maximum people. We have to find the facing direction of the maximum people as well. Right, I hope this is understood, and now we are in the position to answer the questions. Guys, the first question is what? That who among the following is standing at one of the ends? So among these people, Q and R are standing at one of the ends, right? Q and R. So look at the options. An option we have Q, we do not have R. So obviously Q will be the answer. Option number B is correct in question number 14. Question 15, they are asking that who among the following is third right of T? T is facing north. Third right of T must be here, which is S, right? We can say this is S, which should be option number C, right guys? S is option number C, simple. Next question, the 3 of the following are alike in a certain way, find the odd one. Okay, this is a very common kind of question, they are asking that 3 options are alike in a certain way, find the odd one, or you can say find the odd option, right? So there can be a lot of logics, to answer these kind of questions. One thing is sure that we always have to do the option checking. Let's see the options one by one. The options are guys P, Q, R, S, right? So P, if you look at this, guys, if we go through the facing directions of them first, so we got to see that P is facing south, right? P is the one who is facing south. If you talk about Q, then Q is also facing south, all right? If you talk about R, guys, R is the one who is facing north, okay? If we look at the last option S, so we can see that S is facing south, right? So you can clearly see that among these 4 options, in 3 options, people are facing south, and in only 1 option, the person is facing north. So obviously this option has to be the odd one, right? I'm sure you all understand my point. Everyone, is this understood? I hope you understand. So as I told you, in these kind of questions, the logic can be different from question to question, right? In this question, the logic was facing direction, right? So guys, whenever they are giving, single person in the options, then most of the time the logic can be facing direction, or it could be they are sitting, sitting position as well. But let's say if they are giving 2 people in every option, right? Let's say if they are giving 2 people in every option, then, the option will be about the relation of 2 people among each other. For example, in any of the option, they are writing PQ. Okay, in any single option, then you have to check the relation between P and Q. That means I mean to say that P is how many places right or left of Q, or Q is how many places left or right of P. Then that will be the logic to solve these kind of questions. So as I mentioned, in such kind of question, the logic can be different from question to question. In this question, the logic was facing direction, right? Simple. Okay, the last question of this said they're talking that who is third to the left of U. Third left of U, guys, U is here, all right, facing north. So third left of U, first left, second left, third left, obviously must be Q, which is option number B. And this is how, we got the answer. All right, I hope this set is understood to all. Yes, it was a good set, Mr. George. It was a good set. But in CAT they can ask more difficult as well. Not as difficult as the CAT sets, but it was a good one, no doubt. All right. What next, guys? After that, there is one more set which I have brought, guys. Okay. But that is a difficult set. All I can say, right? It's a difficult set. Everyone is facing the same direction. There is no, twist of north and south. Everyone is facing the same direction. It must be mentioned. They all are facing north, right? Okay, but it is a slightly difficult, set, a challenging one, which I'm sure, guys, you like challenges. So the set is, for you, right? Now you guys tell me, do you want to try this or should I explain? This is the whole information, and these are the 4 questions based on it. So I'm asking this to you first, that you guys want to try or should I explain? Just say yes or no. You want to try? Okay. All right, that's good. Guys, I just want to tell you one thing, that before you solve it, right, I want to tell you one thing, that all the question will be solved individually, right? Means every question is having something different from the other, right? So I would suggest you to solve the question one by one, right? Not all the question will be solved together. You have to solve all the question one by one. So you can do one thing. You can take a screenshot of this first, guys. Take a screenshot of question 18. All the question obviously, right? If you take the screenshot and then you can start solving it, right? Okay, so I just want the answer of question 18 first. First, I want the answer of question 18 only. Take some time. It's a challenging one. I'm sure you will like it for sure. Palak, that's not the right answer, unfortunately. Palak, I would suggest you to, try one more time. No, Shuja, it's also not correct. Guys, I told you that it's a challenging one. So if you want, I will, I can also explain uh, the question. Okay, Priyam is asking to explain the second point. They are saying that no child is sitting adjacent to both the parents, right? No child is adjacent to both the parents means a child can be adjacent to one of the parent but not adjacent to both the parents. That you can say like this, that suppose this is a child and these are both of the parents. This is a child, this is parent number 1, let's say mother, and this is father. So this is not possible. This is not possible, right? There is one child, let's say one parent is here and this is also the other child. So this is still possible, right? But if a child is adjacent to both the parents, that is not possible. So this is the meaning of the second point, right, PM? I hope you understand now. No, Anshika 18th is not B as well. Alright guys, already the three options have got cancelled out, so I'm sure you know what is the answer now. Right, the answer has to be, option D, very obvious. So, guys, I think I should explain this, right? I really think that I should explain this now. Okay, the question says that Abhijit, his sister Bini, brother Chandan, his parents Deepak, father, and Isha, mother. Guys, I'm sure you know that in logical reasoning, we cannot define the gender of the people with their names, right? So we just can't say Abhijit must be a male or a female, but they have written his for Abhijit. So because of this his, we can say that Abhijit is male, right? His sister Bini, so sister, that means Bini is female. Brother Chandan, brother is written, so Chandan is a male, Parents Deepak, written father, that means male. Isha, written mother, that means female, right? This is how we will define the gender of the people, not with the names, but with some other information. Now they are sitting in a straight line facing north. Each of them is a graduate in one among the following 5 degrees, 3 science degrees, namely BSc, BE and BTech, and 2 commerce degree, namely BCom and BBA. Some additional information is given below, right? What is the additional information? The first point is that Abhijit is not sitting adjacent to his father, alright? Abhijit from where, the set has started, remember guys? And the father of Abhijit is basically Deepak, right? No child is sitting adjacent to both the parents. I already explained the meaning of this. One child, so the adjacent to one child, both cannot be the parents. One can be parent, but both adjacent to the child cannot be the parent. Then they're saying exactly one of the parent is graduated in science. Alright, remember guys, we have 3 science degrees, BSc, BE and BTech, and 2 commerce degrees, BCom and BBA. Alright, so they are saying exactly one of the parent is in science, so obviously the other parent should be in commerce. Now they said that one of the parents is graduated in BCom. Alright, so for the other parents, they have given their degree. Okay, this is BCom. Is adjacent to both of his or her children. Okay. BTech and BCom graduates are sitting adjacent to each other. The persons who graduated in commerce are not sitting adjacent to each other, alright. All males are not sitting together. What is the meaning of this, guys? That all the males should not be together. 2 males can be together, but not all the males can be together. This is also a point where, I have seen that a lot of students get confused. They are trying to say that all the males should not be together. That means this is not possible, right? This is not possible. If 2 males are together, alright, and there is 1 female, then there is a male, then female, this is still fine. 2 males can be together, but all the males should not be together, right? Since we have 3 males, right? That's why I'm saying this. Abhijit is a male, Chandan is a male, and Deepak is a male, alright? Okay, then they are saying that the number of persons sitting to the right of BCom graduate is not more than those sitting to his or her left. Okay, so guys, these are the 8 information which we have. Now the question is that how should we start solving, right? This is the most important question here. So guys, I have been telling you already that it's not necessary that we always start with the people, with the name of the people. We can also start with their graduations. We can also start with their genders, right? Anything can be possible. It all depends that what kind of information is given to us. So if you look at this, how many information are we given with respect to individual people or with respect to degrees? Guys, in terms of the people, if you see that, we only have one information with respect to Abhijit. And that too is a negative information, that Abhijit is not adjacent to his father. So there will be a lot of cases obviously, so it's not safe to draw from here. Now yes, if you look at the degrees point of view, so we have maximum information with respect to the BCom degree. If you see that, there is a point of BCom, right, that one of the parent is BCom and adjacent to both the children, alright. There is a point that BTech and BCom are sitting adjacent to each other. And there is one more point about BCom, that the number of persons sitting to the right of BCom graduate is not more than sitting to the left of them. So this actually gives us a lot of hint that we should start with that BCom degree person. We do not know the name of that person, but You know, the most information is about this. So we should try to start with BCom person. Okay, I will, you know, try to solve this in this empty slide. Okay, guys. Remember, we have 5 people, right? I'm going to start with the BCom person. I will again show you that point. Point number last is where they are saying that the number of persons sitting to the right of BCom is not more than sitting to his or her left. Not more than means equal to or less than, right? Not more than means equal to or less than. So to the right should be equal to or less than to the left, right? So let me write this as well. Number of people to the right of BCom is not more than, that means should be less than or equal to the left of BCom, right? This is what they want to say. Less than or equal to the left of BCom. So guys, everyone is facing north, we know this thing, right? So let's think about the situations or the cases which we can have here, right? Okay, let me do one thing. Let me make some bigger spaces because we have to write their names, their degrees, a lot of things, right? Okay. So guys, let's say that if BCom person is here, right? By the way, can the BCom person be here? Okay, let me show you one more point, guys. Okay, point number 4. Point number 4 says that one of the parent who is graduate in BCom is adjacent to 2 of his or her children, right? So BCom graduate is a parent, one of the parent, and adjacent to both the children, adjacent to 2 of his or her children, right? So one thing is obvious that BCom person cannot be sitting in the extreme place. Otherwise, the BCom person will not be able to sit to adjacent to both, adjacent to 2 of the children, right? So the BCom person should not be sitting at the extreme place, that we can say first of all right? Now, if BCom person is here, then how many people are to the right of BCom person? We'll say 1, right? And how many people to the left of BCom person? We'll say 3. So this condition is actually, you know, going to justify, right? To the right of to the right of BCom is 1, to the left of BCom is 3. So this condition will justify, that means this possibility is correct, right guys? We can say that the BCom person can be here, okay? Similarly, if I draw the BCom person here, right? Now we have 2 people to the right of BCom and 2 people to the left of BCom, which is also possible. You can see that, right? Because to the right of BCom should be less than or equal to the left of BCom. Means it can be equal to, by the way, right guys? So this is also possible. Now, if I say that BCom is here, now guys, in this case, you know, to the right of BCom we have 3 and to the left of BCom we have just 1. So is this possible? Actually not, right? Because we know that to the right of BCom should be less than or equal to the left of BCom, but to the right of BCom we have 3 and to the left of BCom we have 1, which is just not possible. Isn't, guys? So we can erase this case, right? I hope this is understood to all of you so far. Guys, I just want you to write in the chat that is it clear so far or not? All of you, is this understood so far or not? If you can write in the chat. Everyone, is that clear? Can you please write? That's great. Okay, that was very important, by the way, right? Because most of the students do not understand that how do you know they have to solve this question. How do they have to start this solution, right? So at least now we know that how do we have to start. Obviously, guys, BCom cannot be here because of 2 reasons. This reason, as well as that the BCom person is a parent, should be sitting, you know, adjacent to 2 of the children. So that's why also BCom cannot be here. All right, now we know the degree of that. We know that BCom person can be sitting at 2 places only, right? So let me do one thing. Let me write degree at the bottom and the name of the person at the top. And guys, we also know that this person is one of the parents, right? This person is one of the parents. And remember, again, let me show you that point number 4. BCom person is a parent and adjacent to 2 of his or her children, right? So this person has to be a child. This also has to be a child. This has to be a child, and this also has to be a child. Which child, we do not know. It could be Abhijit, and the name were Abhijit, Bini, and Chandan. All right. Okay, so this is something we are sure with. Now we can say a few more things. Okay, we have used, by the way, point number 4 and point number 8 so far, right? Okay, then what? They are saying that no child is sitting adjacent to both the parents, all right? exactly one of the parent is in science, all right. Abhijit is not sitting, this is this. This is about commerce, this is about males. Okay guys, so I think we can first use point number 2 now, okay. In point number 2 they are saying that no child is sitting adjacent to both the parents. No child is sitting adjacent to both the parents, right? So if you guys think with respect to, this child, okay. So obviously this cannot be the parent. See, if this is the parent, then this child will be adjacent to both the parents, right? That means this case will get cancelled out. So we can say one thing, that this person should not be the parent. That means this person has to be the second parent, right? And this person has to be the third child, it means, simple as that. Right guys, this person has to be the third child, we can say that. And the other thing is what? In this case guys, see, the other parent has to be either here or here, right? If the other parent is here, then you can see that this child is adjacent to both the parents, right? So the other parent can't be here, simple. Similarly, if we fix the other parent over here, now this child is again adjacent to both the parents, right? This child will be adjacent to both the parents. So guys, the only thing that this case is not, going possible, isn't it guys? This case is not working out. So we need to cancel this case. Everyone, can you tell me yes or no that we need to cancel this case or not? Isn't it guys? We need to cancel the second case, right? Second case got cancelled because of that information of, child and parent. So unfortunately or fortunately, this case got cancelled. Fine. Now we have only this case possible. Now we have to do, whatever we have to do with this one, right? Now guys, remember the parents are which one? The name of the parents are Deepak and Isha. So we can start with that as well, right? Obviously there will be only two cases to arrange Deepak and Isha, right? Because we know these are the places for parents and these three are the places for the children, right? We just know this point. So yes, let's do one thing. Let's start arranging with respect to this, okay? Let me make it here as well. All right, this is BCom, one of the parent, or okay, I'm doing one more thing then, guys, because of the space problem. I'm just erasing this and drawing the first one, over here. This is BCom, one of the parents. This is the other parent, and these are the three children, right? We can just say that. Now, BCom person, these are the two parents. So maybe this is Isha and this is Deepak. Or maybe this is opposite, that this is Deepak and this is Isha, right guys? They can be both the scenarios. This is Deepak and this is Isha, right? So these are the two parents, obviously. Now we also know that one of the parents is graduated in science, okay? But which science, we do not know. I will come to that later, okay? We are going to use this point that Abhijit is not sitting adjacent to his father, okay? Abhijit should not be sitting adjacent to his father. By the way, the father of Abhijit is Deepak, right? So Abhijit is not adjacent to Deepak, simple. So guys, in this case, if you see, right, in the second case, Abhijit can only be here, right? This is the only possibility for Abhijit, because adjacent to Deepak, they cannot be Abhijit, right? So this is the only place for Abhijit. But in the first case, Abhijit just cannot be here, so Abhijit can be here or here as well. So we have to, think both the cases. In the first case, for Abhijit, BCom, right? Deepak, the second parent. These two are the children, right? Now what I discussed, that Abhijit is either here or Abhijit is here. All right. Just a second, guys. Alright guys, I hope I'm audible, right? There was a technical glitch, right? Okay, thank you. So what we were talking about, in the third case, Isha, Deepak are here. In this case, basically, we drawn for Abhijit, right? Uh, we can say either Abhijit is here or Abhijit is here. And this you can say is a third case, right? In which Abhijit is clearly here, right? And we use the information of Abhijit, which I was just talking. So guys, first point, second point, fourth point, 8th point have been used. Third point is that exactly one of the parents is graduated in science, but in science we have 3 degrees, so we are not sure about the degree right now. We can do one thing, we can write this, the Deepak is having a science degree. Which science degree we do not know, okay? Oh, the other parent means Deepak or Isha is having the science degree for sure, right? Which science degree we are not sure right now. Okay, let's cancel this now, right? Okay, so we were given that BTech and BCom are sitting adjacent to each other, right? BTech and BCom sitting adjacent. Let's see that BTech and BCom adjacent, how is it possible, right? So in the first case, BTech could be both of them, right? In second case, also BTech could be both of them. In third case, also BTech could be both of them. So we are not in a condition to use this information the best, right? We are not in a condition to use this information right now. 6th point, they are saying the person who is graduated with a commerce, who both graduated with commerce, not adjacent to each other. All right. See, we have 2 commerce degrees, BCom and BBA, and both should not be sitting adjacent, right? So in this case, guys, this is BCom. These 2 cannot be BBA. This is already signed, so BBA must be only this, right? This must be only BBA person. Similarly, in this case, the same thing, this is BCom, these 2 can't be BBA, right? This can't be BBA because this is science, so this is the only possibility for BBA, right guys? Similarly, the same thing in the third case, these 2 can't be BBA, this is science, can't be BBA, so this is the only possibility for BBA. So at least we are sure that BBA must be there, right? I hope this is clear, right? Okay, so here we got this point as well, we are able to use this information easily. 7th point, all the males are not sitting together. This is also very important, guys, right? All the males means Abhijit, Chandan and Deepak. Abhijit, Chandan and Deepak should not be sitting together. Who 3? Abhijit, Chandan and Deepak. These 3 are the males. So all 3 males should not be together. Is it happening, guys? See, in the first case, it can happen. Deepak, Abhijit are alternate. So if we fix Chandan here, this will happen. That means Chandan should not be sitting here. Chandan should be sitting here in this case. And if this is Chandan, this has to be Bini, right? I'm sure you remember this has to be Bini, it means. Look at this case, guys. In this, can it happen? Actually, yes. See, this is Abhijit, this is Deepak. If you fix Chandan here, right? If you fix Chandan here, all the males will be together. That means Chandan should be here and Bini has to be here, right? So guys, we are actually getting a lot of, cases here, right? We are getting a lot of cases. That is why this question is more challenging, right? Okay, in this case, see, Deepak and Abhijit are far away. So all 3 males cannot be together anyhow, right? So we cannot fix Chandan and Bini in this case like in the first 2 cases. So we'll say what? That both the possibilities are there. If this is Chandan, we'll say this has to be Bini. And if this is, Chandan, we'll say what? This has to be Bini, right? This is what we can say. So Chandan and Bini has to be interchanged among each other. This is what we can say, right, guys? All right, I hope this is understood to all, right? So we have used this information as well, which was point number 7. Only point which is left that BTech and BCom should be adjacent to each other. All right. So BTech and BCom should be adjacent to each other. This is the only point which is left out. Luckily, guys, BCom is at the same place in all the 3 cases. So we can say BTech should be adjacent. That means this science person should not be BTech. That the only thing which you can say about this person that this cannot be BTech. So if this is not BTech, remember we have 2 more science degrees, that is BSc and the one, let me see that, probably one is BSc and the second one is BE, right? So that person is not BTech, that person is either BSc or BE. We do not need to write, this is understood, this person is either BSc or BE. This person can't be BTech, alright? Okay guys, so this is only we have, right? These are the only things which we can have here. We do not have so much information, as I said before, right? Now, I think we should just look at the questions, right? Let's see what the questions can do, what can happen with these questions, right? So, question number 1 says that which of the following can be determined uniquely? Which of the following can be determined uniquely, right? So, option number 1 says graduate degree of Deepak. Okay, let's see that. graduate degree of Deepak. Can we define this, guys? See, in first case, so we have three cases. In first case, Deepak can have a science degree but not BTech, so it should be either BSc or BE. In second case, Deepak is BCom. In third case, again Deepak is BSc or BE. So can we define it uniquely? No, guys, right? We have three possibility for the degree of Deepak. In these two cases, we can say Deepak is having BSc or BE. In second case, we will be saying Deepak is BCom. So we are not sure about the graduate degree of Deepak. So this obviously cannot be the answer. Second option, who has a graduate degree in BBA, all right? We have to tell the name of the person who is BBA. So in first case, this is Bini. In second case, this is Abhijit. In third case, this is Chandan or Abhijit, Chandan or Bini, both, right? So guys, BBA degree having person can be three, Abhijit, Bini and Chandan. So again, we cannot find it uniquely, right? So option B also get cancelled out. Option C, who is sitting in the middle? So guys, who is sitting in the middle? Let's see that. In first case, this is Abhijit. In second case, this is Bini. In third case, this is Bini or Chandan, both. So again, we have all the three possibility, Abhijit, Bini or Chandan. So this is also cannot be determined uniquely, guys. So that means the only correct option is D, which is none of these, right? I hope you guys understand how do we answer question number 1. All of you, can you please write me if this is clear or not? Everyone just write me, is this question clear or not? Question number 18 is clear or not? Alright, so did you see that this was, how challenging this was, right? So we should do some difficult set as well, guys. We should not only do the easy sets, right? Obviously. Question number 19 says that, just a sec, question number 19 says that if Abhijit is graduated with BSc, so in this question we have an information already that if Abhijit is in BSc, then which of the following graduate degrees does Chandan have? Okay, I hope guys you are not thinking that that we should use this information in the 18 question as well. So let me tell you, it doesn't happen usually, right? We cannot use the information of any question in any of the questions, right? We can never do that. We can do that only if they are telling us to do. Let's say in question number 20 they are saying that use the information from the previous question. Only then we can do that. Otherwise we can never do this. Okay, so always remember this point, guys. All right. Okay, let's look at question 19 again. Abhijit is in BSc, then who among the, then which of the following graduate degrees Chandan have? Okay, Abhijit in BSc, so they're asking about Chandan. Abhijit is BSc for sure. So guys, this is only for this question, right? So that's why I'm doing what? I'm writing this with some other color, okay? So that I can erase this later. So Abhijit is BSc only for this question. Abhijit, but this case is not valid, means because in this case Abhijit is BBA, right? This case Abhijit is BSc. Okay, so they are talking about Chandan, right guys? They're talking about Chandan. So we know that BCom and BTech are adjacent, if you remember. So if BCom is here, BSc is here, so this has to be BTech in this case. I think similar thing will happen here. BCom, this is BSc, so this has to be BTech. We could not use this point BSc and BTech. So in this question we are using this point. So guys, if this is BSc, this is BTech, so this person has to be BE now, right? And this person in this case also should be BE. And this case got cancelled because in this Abhijit cannot have BSc. Now the question is about Chandan, right? That Chandan is having which degree? So in the first case, Chandan is having BTech, right? This case is cancelled. In this case guys, we are not sure where is Chandan sitting, right? If Chandan is this, Chandan is again BTech. If Chandan is this, Chandan is BE. So overall, by mixing all the points, in this case Chandan is BTech, this is not possible. In this case Chandan is BTech or BE, so Chandan can have either BE or BTech, right guys? Chandan can have either BE or BTech. So this is how we can get the answer of this question. So guys, Chandan is either BTech or BE. BTech or BE, right? Just a sec. Talking about Chandan, right? Okay, the question was that which of the following graduate degrees Chandan have, right? Guys, I think I did something wrong, right? BE was that person. Just a second, everyone. Just a second. I think I made this wrong. Right, this Deepak is B, right? Okay. So Chandan is either BTech or BBA. My mistake, guys. In first case, Chandan is definitely BTech. In second case, that's not possible. In third case, Chandan is BTech or BBA, right? Either BTech or BBA. Okay, now this is correct. Okay. Now let's see which option is the best. Okay. So if you look at the options, right? So option number 1 says BTech, not definitely correct because the answer is either BTech or BBA. Second is also not definitely correct. Third is not definitely. Third is not at all correct. The fourth option is the best one, either BTech or BBA. Right, guys? This is the best option, either BTech or BBA. I hope that is also clear to everyone. Guys, you can write me quickly if that is clear. Okay, I'm sure it must be clear. Now coming to the third question of the set, asking that which of the following statement will be required to determine the graduation degree of Deepak. Okay, this is also a very tricky question. Okay, first let me erase everything which we had. All right, everything we use from the last question, which I had mentioned with the red color purposely, so that we can erase it later on. Okay, this question is very tricky, question number 3 of this set. They are saying what? That which of the following information statement will be required to determine the graduate degree of Deepak. So they are asking only about Deepak, right guys? With which of the information we can determine the degree of Deepak. So let's use all the option one by one. First option says what? That Chandan graduated with BBA. Alright, they are saying that Chandan graduated with BBA and we have to find out the graduate degree of Deepak. We have to find out that we can find the graduate degree of Deepak or not. Okay, Chandan is graduated with BBA. Let's draw this. Again, I will draw this with the red color. Okay, Chandan BBA. So here Chandan is BBA. Just a sec. They have said Chandan is BBA, right? So first case will be cancel itself, isn't guys? You can see that because Chandan just can't have BBA. In this case, Bini is BBA already, right? So this case is not possible with respect to option number A. In this case, Chandan again can't be BBA, so this is also cancelled, right? In this case, can Chandan be BBA? Yes, Chandan can be BBA. You can see that. If Chandan is BBA, that means this person has to be Chandan and this person has to be Bini, right guys? This person has to be Chandan and this has to be Bini for this particular option, right? Now the question is that, can we find the graduate degree of Deepak or not, right? So yes, in this case, you can see that Deepak, again, we are not able to find out. Deepak can be, either BE or BSc. It just cannot be BTech. So we are not sure about the graduate degree of Deepak with the help of the statement number A. Everyone, I hope you understand this. It is slightly challenging, but I'm sure you guys are smart enough. You will be able to understand. If not, you can quickly write me. Guys, write me in the chat if this is not clear. Option A is not sufficient to get the answer, isn't it? Option A is just not sufficient to get the answer. Option A is not just sufficient to get the answer of the question. Question is, what is the graduate degree of Deepak, right? So option A is not sufficient. So let me erase all of this which I have written with the red color. Now let's check the option number 2, right? Whether it can give us any answer or not, right? Option number 2, guys, is saying what? That Bini is graduated with BE. So in this time, they have given that Bini is graduated with BE and we have to try to find the graduate degree of Deepak, right? And they have given Bini is graduated with BE. Okay, so Bini is graduated with BE. First case not possible because Bini is not graduated with BE, right? Bini in this case is graduated with BBA, isn't guys? Bini is graduated with BBA. Okay, the second case Bini is BE, which is possible. Let me draw this. Third case Bini with BE, that would be possible if Bini is here and if Chandan is here, alright? So these two cases are still possible. And we have to try to find the graduate degree of Deepak, right? And we have to try to find it uniquely, guys. What? You have to try to find it uniquely. Okay. So luckily, guys, in this case, Deepak is BCom for sure. In this case, we are sure that Deepak is BCom. Okay, so we did not need to solve this further because you already know Deepak is BCom. Let's look at this case only, right? So here this is BE, this is BBA, so this has to be BTech. If you remember, BCom and BTech should be adjacent. And Deepak here should be only BSc. The only possibility with Deepak is BSc, right? So guys, in this case got cancelled out. In this case, Deepak is BCom. And in the third case, Deepak is BSc. So we are able to find the degree of Deepak, but we are not able to find the unique degree of Deepak. And the question was about this, that this will be required the graduation degree of Deepak. That means we have to find the unique, answer for this question. Right? We have to find what is the exact degree of Deepak, which we are still not able to find it out, right? Which we are still not able to find out. That means statement B is also, not sufficient. Guys, statement A, B, they both are not sufficient to get the answer, right? We need to get the exact degree of Deepak, which we are not able to find out with the help of option A and B. Now let's check the option number C, but before that, let me erase it all, right? Let me just erase that so that it doesn't create any confusion. Alright, now option number C says, guys, that Bini is graduated with a BTech, right? Bini is graduated with a BTech. Okay, let's use this. Bini is graduated with a BTech. First case is not possible because Bini is BBA in this case, right? Second case is possible, Bini is BTech. Third case is also possible, Bini is BTech. So guys, if Bini is BTech, so Bini has to be here and Chandan has to be here because Chandan will be BBA in this case, right? Okay, the question is that to find the degree of Deepak, right guys? So in first case, Deepak is BCom, we are sure. So we really do not need to, think much over it. Deepak is BCom for sure, alright. Deepak has become BCom. In second case, guys, if you see that, this person is BTech and we were given that BCom and BTech are adjacent to each other, which happened as well. So these two people could be anything actually, right? These two people can be BE or BSc, anything. So this can be BE as well or BSc as well. So we are not sure about Deepak even in this case, right? So we'll say that Deepak can be BCom from the second case. From the third case, it could be BE or BSc. So we are not sure the degree of Deepak, in together by mixing together all the cases. So again, guys, option C is also not sufficient, right? Unfortunately, this is also not sufficient. So obviously, by the experiments, we can say that option D is the right answer, right? But still, we should check it, right? We should define it exactly that how the option D is the right answer. Okay, let me erase this quickly. So this is also a lengthy question, guys. This is not just difficult, this is also a lengthy one, right? Let me just finish it. The last thing is left, all right? In this case, guys, they are saying that Mr. Abhijit is graduated with BBA. All right, Abhijit is graduated with BBA. So first case is again not possible because here Abhijit is not BBA, Bini is BBA, right? Second case, Abhijit is BBA, which is fine. Third case, Abhijit is not BBA, right? Because BBA is either Chandan or Bini. So this case is also got cancelled out. Okay. Now, guys, in this case, Abhijit is BBA. And in this case, already we know that the degree of Deepak is BCom, right? We already know the degree of Deepak is BCom. So that means we do not need to do anything else, right? We do not need to think about the degree of Bini, Chandan or Isha. We do not need to because the question is about Deepak. So guys, this is actually certain that the degree of Deepak has to be in this case, BCom, if we know that Abhijit is graduated in BBA in the option number D. So that means finally after doing a lot of hit and trials, we are able to find out that option D is the right answer. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone, guys. I know it was not, I will not say it is difficult, I would say it is lengthy, isn't it, guys? It wasn't difficult, but it was pretty lengthy question, right? Okay, let's try to do the last one. Guys, we have the last question with us, which says what? That the sitting position of how many people can be uniquely determined among the given 5 people. Sitting position of how many can be uniquely determined, right? Okay, let me erase this red color, solution. Now, can you guys tell me that we can define the sitting position of how many people? Everyone, can you tell me this fast? All of you, can you try to tell me this? The sitting position of how many people can be determined? Okay, Priyam says 0. Any other answer, guys? All right, let me tell you that, Priyam, your answer is correct. Yes, very good. We cannot define the sitting position of any person, guys. If you look at it carefully, we cannot define the sitting position of anyone. Let me show you. See, we have only 5 people, right? So we can check it one by one. Let's start with Abhijit, right? So guys, you see that. Where is Abhijit sitting in all the cases? In first case, Abhijit is here. In second case, Abhijit is here. So his position is changed, right? You can see that. His position is changed. Abhijit in the third case is here. So obviously, Abhijit's position cannot be uniquely determined. Now let's talk about Bini, right? So Bini in the first case is here, in second case is here, in third case is here or here. So again, Bini's position is also not sure. Bini, you can see that Bini is changing the positions, right? What about Chandan? Chandan is here, and then coming here or here. So again, the position of Chandan is also not sure. Let's talk about Deepak. Deepak is either here or the same position, but still Deepak has 2 different positions to sit, right? So this case is also not sure. The sitting position of Deepak is not definite, right? Last person is Isha. Isha is here or here, right? This is the same, but still we have 2 positions for Isha as well. That means the sitting position of Isha is also not sure. Okay, that means there is no one whose sitting position is sure. That means the answer has to be, 0. Right, guys? The answer has to be 0. I'm sure you understand this. So there is no one whose sitting position is definite. Okay, guys, so this is how we are able to, finish this wonderful set. It was not difficult but lengthy, right? So chances are very less that they will be giving these lengthy sets in the OMAT exams. But guys, they can break these sets. They can make some parts of these kind of sets and then give you in your exam as well, right? So it's very important to learn them, even if they are not coming directly in the exam, but indirectly they can be asked, because it is this is actually forcing you to think, use your brain. So this definitely is helping you in not in directly but indirectly way for sure, right? All right, so this is all for the day, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the session. Now we'll be coming up in the next week again with the logical reasoning sessions on Friday and Saturday, and we'll be coming up with a new topic, obviously. If you want any particular topic we to start, right? So you can write in the comment. We will be definitely coming with the topic which you want. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Take care and keep studying. Bye bye.